One of the most debated rumors in Ottoman history is this. Did Grand Vizier Baltacı Mehmet Pasha and Empress Catherine I of Russia really have an affair? Or was it merely a battlefield decision that transformed, over the years, into a romantic legend? In the early 1700s, as a fierce power struggle raged between the Ottoman Empire and Russia, the paths of these two figures crossed along the Prut River. Baltacı Mehmet Pasha had risen from a modest palace position to the rank of Grand Vizier. He was disciplined, calculating, and highly skilled in military strategy. He served as the supreme commander of the Ottoman army during the Prut campaign against Russia. Empress Catherine was far more than just the wife of Tsar Peter the Great. Through her intelligence, diplomatic ability, and calmness in moments of crisis, she played a major role in Russian state affairs. During the Prut campaign, when the Russian army was on the brink of collapse, Catherine once again became Peter's greatest support. The 1711 Prut campaign began under Ottoman control, but soon became complicated. Tsar Peter's forces were trapped in the swamps with no way out. The Russian army was crumbling under hunger, sickness, and encirclement. Historical sources agree that, in that desperate moment, Peter relied most heavily on Catherine. This is where the rumors begin. Catherine sent a chest filled with diplomatic gifts and valuable offerings to the Ottoman camp. This move became the decisive action that saved Peter's life and rescued the Russian army. Yet the real question is this: were these gifts purely diplomatic? Or was there something more personal happening behind the scenes? This is where the debate truly starts. Some historians claim that Baltacı Mehmet Pasha and Catherine met secretly inside an Ottoman command tent. However, there is no solid evidence that such a meeting ever took place. Many scholars argue that this allegation was spread by Baltacı's political rivals within the Ottoman court, an attempt to defame him. What is certain is that Baltacı chose to make peace instead of completely destroying the Russian army. The Treaty of Prut was signed. The Russian army escaped annihilation, and Catherine's diplomatic intervention saved Peter's life. But on the Ottoman side, Baltacı Mehmet Pasha faced harsh criticism. Why didn't you destroy the Russians when you had the chance? Thus, the legend of a peace agreement made in exchange for love was born from these accusations. Most historians agree on the conclusion. There was no romantic relationship between Baltacı and Catherine, only a crucial diplomatic negotiation and a rumor amplified by political rivalry in the Ottoman Empire. After the Treaty of Prut, the Ottoman army returned with what should have been a major victory. Peter the Great had fled, and the Russian army barely survived under humiliating conditions. But things looked very different in Istanbul. In palace circles, whispers grew. Baltacı missed the chance to completely destroy the Russians. As the army returned, rumors spread rapidly across the capital. Some statesmen envied Baltacı. Others tried to portray his peace decision as treachery. Powerful groups within the palace did not want the Prut victory to be attributed to Baltacı Mehmet Pasha. Accusations escalated quickly. Baltacı had a secret agreement with Catherine. Peace was signed because of a woman. According to most historians, these claims were part of a political smear campaign. But in that era of Ottoman politics, even a powerful Grand Vizier could not withstand such a storm. Despite being the architect of the Prut victory, Baltacı Mehmet Pasha was dismissed shortly after returning. It was an irony rarely seen in Ottoman history. The commander who won a victory was punished for it. After his dismissal, Baltacı Mehmet Pasha was exiled to Rhodes, where he lived quietly for a time. During this period, the most significant thing he did was simply remain silent. He posed no threat to the state and avoided any form of political intrigue. Later, he was pardoned and assigned to a few minor administrative positions. But his former power and influence never returned. The state avoided bringing him back as Grand Vizier, while his rivals remained strong. Baltacı Mehmet Pasha died in 1721. Today, historians regard him as the mastermind behind one of the Ottoman Empire's last major military opportunities. The Prut victory came at a time when Russia was on the verge of collapse, and it ultimately saved Peter the Great. But Ottoman internal politics refused to credit this success to Baltacı. Instead, it worked against him. History does not always glorify the true winners. Often, it glorifies those who control the narrative. Baltacı Mehmet Pasha's story is one of the clearest examples of this.